2, 1.
Welcome to this meeting of the Joint Standards Assessment Subcommittee. The first item on the agenda is to appoint a chair, and I understand that members would like Councillor Douglas to chair the meeting. Is that agreed?
Yes.
Thank you, members. I'll hand over now.
Thank you, Fiona, and welcome to the public to this webcast meeting of the Joint Standards Assessment Subcommittee. The first item on the agenda is declarations of interest. Does anybody have any declarations that they need to make?
The only thing that I would declare.
One moment, Councillor Rowley, can you speak, please?
Sorry, Chair. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it just for transparency, just to say that I attended the planning committee meeting at which this issue has been raised.
Thank you, Councillor Rowley. So no other declarations of interest? No. Okay. Item 3 on the agenda is exclusion of press and public. And the reason for considering this is that we will be under agenda item 5, the Code of Conduct complaint received in respect of a City of York Councillor. We will be considering information relating to individuals, and this information is classed as exempt under paragraph 1 of Schedule 12A to Section 100A of the Local Government Act 1972, as amended by the Local Government Access to Information Variation Order 2006. So I suggest that once we get to that point, that we go into private session, and I'd like to see if members are in agreement with that, please, if you could indicate. Thank you. So we are in agreement that we'll go into private session at agenda item 5. Agenda item 4 is urgent business. I've not been notified that there's any urgent business. Is that the case, Deputy Monitoring Officer? Yes, yeah, okay, thank you. So there's no urgent business under agenda item 4. Just before we move into agenda item 5, I would like to let everybody know, the public that are watching, that the Joint Standards Committee is a non-political committee, and it's non-proportional as well. So there are representatives from every party on the Joint Standards Committee. And we will be going into private session now before agenda item 5, and we won't be coming back. So as far as the public is concerned, this is the end of the meeting. And before we do that, I'd just like to ask Rachel Antonelli, the Deputy Monitoring Officer, to give us a summary of the complaint and any other information she feels is relevant at this point in time. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Members, this assessment subcommittee is being convened to consider a complaint against the City of York Councillor. The report can be found at page 1 in the papers. The monitoring officer is not in attendance today due to a conflict of interest. Therefore, it falls to me as Deputy Monitoring Officer to deal with this matter today. In a nutshell, the complainant alleges that the councillor has breached the following clauses of the Code of Conduct, and it's the old Code of Conduct rather than the new LGA Model Code of Conduct. Clause 3.1, which deals with treating with others with respect. Clause 3.4, which deals with compromising the impartiality of anyone working for on behalf of an authority. 3.7, conduct which could reasonably be regarded as bringing the council into disrepute or the position as councillor into disrepute. 3.8, using position as a councillor improperly to obtain a disadvantage. And 3.10, having regard to relevant advice given by the monitoring officer or chief finance officer when making decisions. Members, the report does state 3.11. It's an error. It's actually 3.10, which the complainant has alleged has been breached. Options open to members today are to determine that the complaint does not fall within the remit of the Code of Conduct. That would bring the matter to a close. Or alternatively, members today may determine that the complaint should progress to an investigation, in which case an investigating officer would be appointed by myself. I'm not sure if I can assist members any further.
Rachel, could I ask you to verify if you've spoken to the complainant about that change from 3.11 to 3.10?
Yes. It's a typing error.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so does anybody have any other questions at this point in time for Rachel on the public explanation? No. Okay, well, in that case, then we will now move into private session, and I'd like to thank the public for watching this morning, and you will be able to see the outcome of the meeting on the council's website once the documentation has been prepared and posted. Thank you very much.